Okay, I've been dying to talk about my first fasting experience, but I didn't want to at the time because I was trying to make it very sacred and I was trying to manifest while I was doing it. So, with someone who does want to manifest this, you don't want to tell people that you're doing it because then it starts bringing in their energies. They start thinking about it and giving their signature, their thought signatures onto the energy around you and then the whole process of it. So you just don't want to do that. So keep it sacred, secret, and it will be more powerful that way because there will be no inflicting energies. Keep it, sealed. But that's one way to manifest that I had came across earlier this year, that when you fast for a certain amount of days, depending on what you're trying to manifest, if it's something extremely what would seem out of your reach, maybe you want to do it longer, like a 7-day, 2 weeks, depending on what you really want to accomplish. I did a 3-day, it's really good because that whole 3-day process that you're fasting. If you're doing a water fast or just if you're doing a water fast, you can regenerate all the cells in your body. So you will be letting go of all the toxins, all the residual bacteria that's inside of you. All that stuff is going to be cleared out of your body in 3 days if you drink nothing but water. You can flavor the water. I do that. I use rosemary or mint, yerba buena. I just put it in my water. I like to use glass because I don't like plastic. So I'll do that, and then when you're trying to manifest while fasting, what you typically want to do is pray over your water that you're drinking, because if you've seen this is the best reference, that what is it? That experiment, what they did with the water is they wrote, there was different cups of waters and each one had a word on it. Depending whether it was positive or negative, would give you the outcome of what the water crystals would form like. So you would take a microscope and then either freeze the water crystals or however they look at it, and you would see how positive words would give off like a very beautiful pattern, like a snowflake almost, very rare, very symmetrical, perfect, it was very beautiful. And then when you looked at the water that had the negative words written on it, it was very what we would perceive to be ugly and just splattered. There was no symmetry, there was just like no bigger aim. So you want to be careful with your words too when you do speak to yourself, when you talk out loud, when you complain, when you judge others. Those words are creating the world around you. You judge someone else and karma will come back to you. So just yeah, but that's a different topic. So then you do that with your water. You pray over it using positive words, what you want to get out of the fast, and then yeah, you just do that every day of your fast, and you're basically making an agreement to the universe, to the beyond, that you're gonna sacrifice this food because you really don't need food. You need minimal food to survive. The whole food, what do they call it, that thing that they teach you in school about the food, the different levels and what you have to eat, it's so not true. But you have to look deeper into that. And talking about the fast, I want to talk personally about my experience. I'm not really going to share what I was trying to manifest, but the point was of my manifestation was that I needed to be at a place where I could continue doing what I'm doing, continue helping others. So I wasn't doing it selfishly. Like my cleanse was to, my fast was to purify myself and start new with these new and higher frequencies that I have, these thought forms and this knowledge, and start from scratch and don't let anything from my past, any residual energy, any memories that I have that might be blocking me to succeed, will be totally cleansed mentally, spiritually, and physically in 3 days. So I would say that to my water. I would ask for that, along with the other things that were going to bind it together. And I did it. And the first day is always the hardest. Like right now I'm on my 2nd day of this fast, and I wanted to stop after yesterday. Like it was midday, and of course I have to cook for the kids, and so well, I don't have to, but I want to. I love cooking for them. And so I cooked, and it was just like, it was so good. And I was just like, I didn't taste it, but you know, I did it according to how I usually do it, and I had him taste it. And I was just like, wow, I'm so hungry. Like, not so much hungry, but I had a craving to eat it. Like, I had a craving for the food. And then last night I felt very weak, very like my body was just like not functioning. I fell asleep early. I felt fatigued. I don't usually feel fatigued. I felt very lazy, very a little bit moody, and so I was like, man, I shouldn't do this. I had just done this one, you know, late February, so maybe my body's telling me to stop. And it's funny because I swear to you that when I said that to myself, I was cooking and I was contemplating whether I should just stop and just make it a one-day fast. I was cooking, contemplating that, and then all of a sudden, boom, I got deja vu. And so if you're not familiar with the theories, the best theories I've heard of deja vu is that when you feel deja vu, it's basically your higher self, your future self, your God form, telling you like, hey, pay attention, whatever it is that's going on, do it better this time. Like, it's telling you, like, do it better because you fucked up last time. So you know, I got that deja vu feeling, and it was very, like, a really long deja vu, to where I said, okay, so I don't think I should stop. Maybe this, you know, maybe I'm telling myself right now that it's not worth this, whatever I'm cooking, because it looked really good. But yeah, I made it through last night, and it wasn't for Rudy, because he told me to have a little bit of this cold pressed watermelon water, and it's just like pure watermelon water extracted. It doesn't have any sugar, so I had a little bit of that, and I really didn't want to do it because I felt bad. Yeah, I felt guilty that I was going to mess up the fast, but I had a little bit, and I woke up feeling way better. I think it was just my body really trying to recover and detoxify itself from the past, you know, food that I ate in the past month, because just to let you know, I did my last fast when it was in February. It was on my birthday. The second day of my fast was on my birthday, and I made this sacrifice, I made this decision, not because it was my birthday, but my birthday happened to be coming up when I decided to do it, that I said, I'm going to do this, you know, and I obviously really wanted to take me out to eat, and I had people offering, you know, cake and stuff for me, and I didn't tell anybody that I was doing this fast. I was going about as like I was eating, and I was still cooking and everything, so it seemed like I was eating, but Rudy kind of had told me that he had a feeling that I was like at the end when I told him. So yeah, so it was like after the third day of that last 3-day fast that I did, it was like my birthday weekend, so I was finally able to eat, and I was so excited. But I had already felt like I didn't need the food. I wasn't hungry, I wasn't, you know, my stomach wasn't growling or anything. My body was pretty much used to it. And we went to Coco's, and I ordered some crepes, because I love crepes, with some raspberry filling, and it was so delicious, but it was so sweet. There was so much sugar in it that since I hadn't had sugar in 3 days, like anything toxic in 3 days, when I took a first bite, my mouth started burning. Like, it was burning like if it was chili in my mouth, but it wasn't burning like, oh, I need some water to cool it down. It was more like, I can't stop this burn. My body is just reacting to it, and it was like sore. My top of my mouth and like the inner gums were sore, and honestly, I told myself, I don't give a fuck, I deserve it. It's my birthday, and I did this, and I finished it anyways, but it was a little painful. But yeah, so that helped me a lot to raise my frequency, because after that fast, I looked at everything differently. I started becoming even more productive than I already was, and everything that I asked for at this point I pretty much have attracted and brought to myself, except for one thing, but that's in the process of it. So just letting you know that it is very powerful, and just remind yourself every day that just try to look at the bright side. You know, I think after you do a 3-day fast, you'll be able to see things with the cup half full instead of half empty. I think that's the greatest gift you can get from this, is being able to look at things on the brighter side, because it helps ease through everything. That's why I'm always so chill too, you know. And And not because of the fast, but because I try to look at things, you know, on the bright side or whatever. But I hope you guys liked it. If you have any questions, if you ever need support with fasting, just reach out to me and I'll give you some insight. I did take a few classes on holistic health. I haven't finished my degree, but I'm you know, open to continuing that soon. Okay, see you.